Peace, everyone. This is Kashim Muhammad with Fortified Fitness and Strength. Right now, I'm 52 weeks away from competing in USA Powerlifting's Raw Nationals. It'll be October of 2019. It has been 3 years since I competed at this championship, but this will be my first time doing so as a Masters 1 competitor. Masters 1 meaning age 40 to 49. So this is how some of my training went week 1 as I'm looking ahead long term, getting ready for this. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, so here's how things have gone in the first week. One thing you'll notice is that as far as the dates, there are only 2 training dates in this week, and that's because more often than not these days, I've only been training in the gym twice per week. Some of you who are maybe around my age or just at some stage in your life where you're very busy can probably relate to something like this. I work about 50 to 55 hours a week delivering mail, yes, walking door to door about 8 miles a day or so. I'm married, I have 3 children. My wife commutes to work, and children have things like dance and soccer, so we're very busy, and it's hard to try to get into the gym like I used to when children were younger or we didn't have as many children. I could easily get in there 3 to 4 days per week and sometimes 5, and I could, quite frankly, recover from that a lot easier. But these days, twice a week is kind of the happy medium that I've been able to come up with. This first day of the week, what I focused on was a bench variation. That was the incline press that you saw me starting out with. Then squats, we did 5x5. The 405 pounds was the heaviest set that I did on the squat. And then the deadlifts that you see me doing right now. I tend to pull my heaviest deadlifts as singles, sets of 1. I got that from my good friend and mentor in this game, Matt Gary from Supreme Sports Performance and Training, SSPT, down in Rockville, Maryland. Excellent coach, like the coach of coaches in USAPL. But anyway, that's where I got that philosophy from, and I've continued to do that. I am experimenting with deadlifts in the weightlifting shoes or squat shoes. Generally, I deadlift in slippers. I've been pulling in slippers for several years now at meets. I'm experimenting with these shoes because I just tried it one day, and I felt like the drive off the floor was tremendous with that hard sole. And so I'm going to keep trying this out and see whether or not it yields any fruit. We'll see how this goes down the line. But overall right now, what I'm focusing on is just building up my strength base, building up my work capacity so that when I do get in the gym, I can do as much work as possible in the two sessions that I'm cranking out every week, and get as much out of that as I possibly can. Also, gaining some weight is at the forefront of what I'm trying to do. I compete in the 105 kilo weight class. That's 231 pounds. I weigh about 215 pounds, a little bit over that. In the last week and a half, I've weighed myself at 215.6 and then 215.2 pounds. So I'm giving up about 15 to 16 pounds at the top of the weight class just on body weight. And I know some of my heavier colleagues, heavier peers in the weight class are just going to be moving more weight. So I definitely want to be able to level that playing field a little bit, give myself a better opportunity to move more weight. The best I've done on the platform was earlier this year in February, where I weighed 223 pounds and hit my best total ever, which was 1422 or 645 kilos total between the squat, bench press, and deadlift, and that included a PR in the squat and a PR in the bench on that day. So I'm not even sure how I lost that weight, but I definitely want to try to get that back and see if the weight on the bar will correspond to the weight on the scale. Now, about the training split between the 2 days, one thing you'll see that I strive to do on each day is the squat. And I don't vary the squat very much. I may do pause squats instead. And every now and then I may do leg presses, just depending on how my back feels and how tired I am. But it's almost always going to be the traditional low bar back squat. I also try to do the bench press or a bench variation, and that's either going to be like the pause bench, the extended pause bench press, or incline bench pressing. I don't do a lot of overhead pressing anymore because of, one, shoulder issues, and two, I just don't think after several years at this that the overhead press gives me a lot of carryover to the bench press. So I will do the incline press as kind of a happy medium between the bench, the flat bench, and the overhead press, but I don't do a lot of overhead pressing anymore these days. And then finally, I try to do either the deadlift or a deadlift variation, which is normally going to be Romanian deadlifts, and a lot of time that's with a snatch grip, or some other kind of back exercise like barbell rows, cable rows you see me doing here, pull-ups. Those are the usual suspects as far as that goes. Over the next several weeks, hopefully the weights on these exercises will go up. Hopefully the technique will get cleaner, and we'll be moving ahead to our next step on this journey. Hey, look, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please click the like button, and also please subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with us on our way to USAPL Raw Nationals 2019, and also with all the other topics we hope to cover on this channel. Thanks a lot.